Hello everybody and welcome to Friday Night Football on the Lazy Craig Show. Today I'm going to talk about Spurs Stadium, Paul Pogba and Mino Raiola, Bobby Madley and more. The Lazy Craig Show presents Friday Night Football. Okay, so you must be thinking, what the hell, you've done this episode before. And you'd be right. But the problem is, all these stories have had further developments and there haven't really been any new stories coming out, to be honest. It's been a pretty boring week when it comes to football. It's pretty much just recycling the same old stuff over and over again. Obviously last week I talked about Bobby Madley and the fact that he'd quit as a Premier League referee and rumours going around for his quitting. Well, no, I think a day after the rumours, his family came out and said, no, this is disgusting, that they're not this isn't the truth. Which is what I said it's very likely not true because it's just started by some Twitter troll. Although, to be honest, the blame lies with the Telegraph, I think it was, the newspaper who broke the story about him quitting and added in he quit because of a video going around online, on social media, but he never said anything of what the video was. And to be honest, whoever did that, they're the sole reason for this. Someone picked up that little line and then used that to create a rumour, a lie about the reason. And if I'm honest, that reporter needs to be held accountable because they're responsible for beginning it, for starting it. If they hadn't have mentioned the video, maybe no one would have bothered with a rumour, you know? But the real reason is because of his marriage breaking down. He'd been married for 2 years, and that's broken down now. So, sucks for him, to be honest, because, I'm a married man myself, and, I don't want to imagine my marriage breaking down at all. But more has actually come out. I'm not sure how true it is, but it strikes me as a little strange, if true, to be honest, that he's actually moving to Norway to be with his new partner, which strikes me as very odd because it means that he seems to have moved on very quickly. So his marriage broke down and he's already with someone else and moving to another country for them, which is a bit weird. I don't understand it when people move on so quickly from relationships that, to be honest, broke their heart when it ended. You see it all the time with people, they break up with the love of their life and then a week later they're with another love of their life. And even, I'm not sure if I'm getting this 100% right, but with Patton Oswalt, his wife died, and then I think he was married again within a year. And I remember he actually was proper heartbroken about his wife dying and stuff, and posting about it and all that. But then, I think it was within a year that he was actually married again or in another relationship, and I always find it weird when how people can move on so quickly, especially when it's to do with someone they really loved and all that. Like if my wife broke up with me or my wife died, I couldn't imagine moving on that quickly. I'd be a mess. I mean, I wouldn't have much chance to move on anyway because look at me. But no, I just don't. I just can't see it. I just don't see how people can move on that quickly. But yeah, good luck to Bobby Madley and all that. Maybe he'll become a referee in Norway. I don't know what the refereeing's like over there. Not sure if you'll be able to become one over there or not. But from personal experience, I know moving to another country is a very hard thing to do. Although he's got an advantage in the fact that Norway is very good at speaking English. So good luck to him and all that. Now this rumour's finally put to bed. And hopefully it doesn't ruin his reputation because you don't want a reputation ruined by a rumour. Now, secondly, we'll talk about Paul Pogba, who put in an absolutely atrocious performance against Brighton last week. If you saw my Brighton match reaction video, you know I wasn't happy with the result. I'm not sure if I mentioned Pogba or not, but Pogba disappointed me massively in that he was given the captain's armband. I did record a podcast on the Monday, and we spoke about it and about Pogba's apology, because Pogba did apologise after the match. I gave my opinion on the apology where I said that his apology is a crock of shit, because it's he shouldn't be apologising, and that as the captain he should be working his ass off on the pitch. He should be the player that everyone looks up to, the player who can, at the end of the match, if they lost, even if they lost 10-0, they should be the player that can hold their head up high and say, I did my best. We didn't, as a team, we didn't play well enough, but I personally did my best. That's what a captain should be. They should be a true leader. Pogba is not a true leader. And right now he never will be, because he's allowing other stuff to get in the way. He played absolutely atrociously. The match was atrocious. We've obviously got Spurs coming up. I'm not confident about the result, but I will predict a win anyway. But yeah, the Paul Pogba situation. Paul Scholes spoke about Paul Pogba, and then Mino Raiola, his agent, who everyone calls his fat agent, which I will not call his fat agent, because, come on, man, pot kettle, you know. All I will say is a piece of shit and he's scum, because Alex Ferguson hated him. He called him a piece of shit. Absolutely hated him, because he knew what kind of man he was. He's a man who, yeah, he for his players, he's a good agent because he wants to get as much as possible. But at the end of the day, he's not properly looking out for their best interests. He's looking for paydays. That's all he's looking for. And he came out saying about Paul Scholes should become director of football or whatever and sell Pogba. And it's like, yeah, what would you know about football? Oh, come on. Yeah, Raiola's good at picking out players, although Mkhitaryan, come on. But he shouldn't get involved. And the thing is, because he was posting on Twitter about it, and if I were Paul Pogba, I'd be calling him up and saying, listen, stop. This is the club I play for. Stop dissing their legends. But he won't, will he? Because Pogba's happy to play along with it and happy to let it go on as long as it wants. Because Pogba is nothing more than an immature attention seeker. It's why he gets a new haircut all the time. I don't have a problem with him getting a haircut all the time, to be honest. Not like Graham Souness, who hates him for no reason. But he's an attention seeker. Everything Pogba does is for attention. I mean, one of the things he did in the match, like, he was doing the pirouettes. And he was doing pirouettes outside of our box with players around him, and he lost the ball. He was making massively long passes that would be fantastic passes if they connected, if they had actually gone to the player. But everything he does is for his image only. He needs to buck up. He needs to step up, improve his game on the pitch. And once he improves his game on the pitch, then he can start talking outside the pitch. Until then, he needs to shut up and do his job. And if he's going to be our captain at any point, he needs to show why he's the captain. Like I said on the podcast, there's no player in our team I would call a captain right now. There's no true leader in our team. We've essentially got a team of individuals, really. we play crap, and I really, Paul Pogba, if he knows what's best for him, he'll tell his agent to shut up, or he'll drop his agent. He'll get a new one, because this agent isn't going to do good for him. It's just going to cause turmoil. And really, clubs aren't going to want to have players at their club who are going to cause turmoil when they're unhappy. Next up, Tottenham Hotspur. Ooh. And guess what? Their stadium is delayed even more. Now it's going to be delayed until 2019. They're going to miss half a season in their new stadium. It's absolutely ridiculous. First of all, they said it was going to be ready for the 2018-19 season. Then they said it'd be about October or something. Now, it won't even be ready till 2019. It's absolutely ridiculous. Haven't they been building this for like 3 or 4 years now? I'm sorry, but they really should be punished for this. It's absolutely ridiculous. There are rules that say you can't have more than one home stadium in a season. And as it stands, it looks like they're going to have 3 home stadiums, which is Wembley, then the new stadium, and then another stadium to play the Man City game in. It's ridiculous. There actually is a petition online to dock them points. Now, yes, I'm saying they should be punished for it, but a petition to dock points is absolutely pathetic. It's not going to do anything. The FA ain't going to listen. They don't care about you. They care about money at the end of the day. And if Levy has promised them a little sum of cash to let this happen, then they're not going to care, are they? They're going to let everything. In fact, Tottenham should have to play all their games at Wembley this season. It's going to be disruptive. It's going to give teams an unfair advantage, or Spurs an unfair advantage. It's absolutely ridiculous. There's a reason there's home and away. because home teams have the advantage. Now, and the thing is, different stadiums have different atmospheres. Okay, Wembley's a bigger stadium; they can have a bigger atmosphere. And I got interrupted, so I forgot what I said last. Now, it was about Spurs Stadium. I think I told about the petition online, which is stupid. They should be punished, but definitely not. It's going to be ridiculous. So yeah, that's that as well, because I think I said enough on the Spurs Stadium, and because I got interrupted, I can't remember what I said. Sorry. Now it'll be about La Liga again, because there was a further development in this story too. And if you don't remember the La Liga story, it's about the fact that La Liga just signed a deal to have matches in America. Now, to say the teams are not happy about this deal is an understatement. They're refusing to do it. And supposedly there's supposed to be a captain's meeting from all the teams to discuss this. Because it's not fair at all. Like I said, it's stupid. The jet lag, the time difference, everything that combined. The travel time. It's ridiculous. It shouldn't happen. And the fact that La Liga went behind the teams' backs and did this deal is even worse, because they didn't even ask the teams about it beforehand. Would you be winning? Look at the smaller teams. Come on, man. It's ridiculous. It shouldn't happen, because if it does happen, it will set a bad precedent that will have a butterfly effect on all the other leagues in the world. Well, in Europe, I mean, not in the world, because some of them are close to America, so it's easy for some. It shouldn't happen at all. But it will. I mean, it depends how concrete the deal is. If La Liga can get out the deal that they shouldn't have made without permission of the clubs, then that'll be it. I think that's all the stories for today, to be honest. I am feeling unwell again, because even though I started getting over my stomach virus, it came back with a vengeance. But unfortunately, so what I'll do is quickly talk about the last week's Premier League results. Like I said before, I can't watch other league matches or other teams' games, because unless I got a stake in it, it bores me. But even though last week I did say I didn't place bets on the matches, I actually did end up going. I went in the morning on Saturday to go shopping, and I placed the bets on the way. Although my bets got ruined straight away, because I bet on Newcastle to win. And if you watched the Newcastle game, or if you heard about the Newcastle game, you would know that Newcastle drew 0-0. And they were drawing 0-0 with a few minutes to go, and I decided to put the match on for the last few minutes. And lo and behold, Newcastle were gifted a penalty. And I thought, yes, my bet's going to win. Or, I mean, the first part of the bet will win. And Kennedy stepped up, and the keeper saved it. Which was very, very upsetting for me, because I wanted, it ruined all of my other bets. Because once one goes down, that's it, the rest of the bet is ruined. The worst part is, from what people who watched the match were saying, Kennedy was the worst player on the pitch. And he didn't even complete any passes. So he shouldn't have even taken the penalty. I don't know why he did. So I'm quite upset about that. But I got it wrong. I did predict a Chelsea win. Although I did bet on a draw. No, I bet on an Arsenal win, because the odds were higher for an Arsenal win. I thought, let's take a chance, see if I can get more money. But no, Chelsea won as expected. Quite a close game, 3-2 by the looks of it. Sarri was chewing cigarettes on the sideline, which is absolutely gross, to be honest. Everton beat Southampton, like I said. I'm not really sure what happened in the game. Leicester beat Wolves, said that too. Spurs also beat Fulham, like I said. Harry Kane scored in August, which is very shocking. West Ham lost to Bournemouth. I think I put that down as a draw. I did actually look at them. Cardiff, Newcastle. Oh, I just said that. What am I doing? City obviously beat Huddersfield very convincingly, 6-1. Crystal Palace lost to Liverpool. Burnley and Watford. Well, Watford beat Burnley. And worst of all, Brighton beat Man United. I did actually look at all my previous predictions to see how many I'd got right and wrong so far. And over the 2 weeks, I have got 11 right and 9 wrong. So right now, it's probably 55 to 60% success rate, which is probably still higher than Mark Lawrenson's, although he does predict the scores. So I'm not doing too well on my predictions, to be honest, especially as I'm actually putting a bet on. I'm not putting too much money on the bet because I'm doing accumulators, so I can win as much as possible if my bet comes in. Because I did look, and if I put bets on all the matches I thought would definitely happen exactly as I thought, I would have won like 5 times my money, and that's pointless. Just seemed pointless doing that bet, you know. But I'm doing my predictions for this week as well. Predictions are hopefully they'll come in this week. I'll be getting a bet on today, I think. I gotta go pick up a package later, and it's right by the betting shop. Because my son wanted some yokai medallions or medals, whatever they are. Okay, so here are my predictions for this week's matches. Wolves will be playing Man City, and again, it's such an obvious result. Man City are going to hammer them. Huddersfield will be playing Cardiff. Obviously, Huddersfield lost last week 6-1. Cardiff drew 0-0. Although I'm going for a Cardiff win, I think that they'll get their first win of the season in this one. Bournemouth are playing Everton. I think this one will be a draw, to be honest. Arsenal, West Ham. I've gone for an Arsenal win. They haven't done too well. They've lost both their matches so far, Arsenal. Well, I think West Ham lost both as well, actually. But I am going for an Arsenal win. I just don't see West Ham beating them, to be honest. Southampton, Leicester. I've gone for a Leicester win. Although this is probably the game that could go either way, in all fairness. Liverpool, Brighton. I'm going for a draw, actually. I shouldn't be. I should go for a Liverpool win. Because Brighton won't beat them. And Liverpool have looked strong so far. But I am optimistically going for a draw. Because Liverpool do have a habit of drawing against teams like this. And Brighton showed last week that they can do it against a big team. And Liverpool are a bit of a smaller team, let's face it. Watford and Palace. I'm going for a Watford win. Not sure why. It's just the one I felt in my gut. Fulham Burnley, Fulham win. Again, went for my gut instinct, yeah. Newcastle Chelsea. Chelsea win, actually. Because Newcastle suck. They ruined my bet last week, and I don't want to let them ruin it this week. The final game, Man U Spurs, the one obviously I'll be watching myself personally. I've gone for a Man U win because I think in the last 10 or 12 games, Man U have won all the home games and Spurs have won all the away games. Oh, no, Man U have won all their home games, Spurs have won all their home games. So it's very, very even when it comes to that. And obviously history shows that the team will win at home. And so Man U are at home, so I'm going for a Man U win for this. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below what your predictions are. Like, subscribe, and hopefully the weekend's match will be good. So, watch my previous videos as well.